You're lying in bed with your spouse sound asleep beside you. You peek over at the clock. It's 2:22 a.m. and you've been trying to get to sleep for hours. The problem is you're retiring in a few months from a company you've been working for 32 years, and you're anxious. What will it feel like not to work? It's been your identity. It's been what makes you, you. And more importantly, will you and your family be okay financially? You've been diligent saver, putting away 10 to 15% of your income into the 401k for 32 years, and you've managed to accumulate quite an impressive balance. But lately you've realized a major portion of it is not yours to keep. How will taxes and inflation impact it? Are taxes going up in the future? When will I need this money the most? Are there steps I could be taking to help with this? When should I take Social Security? What about health care? This Medicare stuff is complicated. Can we afford to travel or help our kids if they need it? What if we have an expensive health care event and need skilled nursing care at $10,000 to $12,000 a month? Can we survive that? I'm Stewart Smith, the founder and president of ClearPath Retirement Planning. And the answer to these questions and many other important questions can't be answered by a person. They're answered by a plan. And that's what we do. Welcome into ClearPath Retirement Radio. I'm Stewart Smith, and I'm here with Mitch Davies.
Welcome.
And we are going to talk about some of these questions that keep our clients up at night. And Mitch, I tell you, we do see a lot of anxiousness, a lot of worried folks. They come in and they're feeling pretty uneasy.
It's quite the story, Stewart, and you're exactly right. I mean, this is the kind of thing that we hear every week, right? Some variation of this, and it's so true. People really tend to vest their identity in their career, and it's, they're proud and they're doing this thing, and it's, you've got that element, and then you've got the financial element, of course, and that fear is really what keeps people up at night, and that's what we're able to answer every week, and it's exciting. It's really comforting to be able to provide that insight to people, and we got an exciting show today.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm going through it with my own brother right now. My brother is getting ready to retire. He is the ripe old age of 58, and he has worked really, really hard. And he's been with the same company for, 18, 19 years. This is his second company that he's worked for in his life. And I tell you, he is just, he knows, and I keep reassuring him that he's going to be fine, and we've done the planning, we have everything in place, but it's still very, very difficult to make that transition. And, when you start thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm going to transition out of this place where I am putting money into these accounts, and my employer's putting money into these accounts, and they're growing, to all of a sudden we flip a switch and we're not putting money in, our employee's not putting money in, and now we're just spending it. And they possibly might go through a period where they're not growing, but they're shrinking. That can cause a lot of anxiety in folks. And, that's why it is so critically important to not sit across from an advisor that is just going to tell you everything is going to be fine. Don't put your faith in somebody's opinion. Put your faith in a plan, a real plan that someone shows you in black and white, goes through the numbers with you, models through the scenarios that most worry you. What are taxes going to do? What is inflation going to do? What is, a major market correction? How's that going to feel? Am I going to be able to get through that? That is where you put your faith and the real planning end of things. And that's, I'm really proud to say that's what we do at ClearPath Retirement Planning. And I think Mitch understands that and knows that well, as he's been by my side for the last 3 years and been able to see firsthand the type of planning that changes lives.
I mean, that reminds me of we sat down with a prospect a month ago, and they had been working this exact scenario. He had a great income with a company. He's been working there for 25, 30 years. He was working a lot of hours. He was working 60 hours. He wanted to retire as soon as he could. And he came in, he said, yeah, my current advisor said I could retire last year, right? But he didn't believe it. Not that he didn't trust the guy, not that he didn't think he was a good advisor, but he didn't see a plan. He didn't see anything that said he could retire. He just said, yeah, the advisor said you've got enough investments, if the market does well, you're good. But he needed something. He needed to really see and understand. And what we were able to do is take him through our ClearPath retirement process, which really dug much deeper than he had ever dug. And he got to learn a lot. And it was a very insightful process. And at the end of it, he was able to see that, he's going to retire at the end of the year, right? And it was such a cool experience for me to be a part of. And it's that's the most valuable thing we can do, is open it up into a whole different way where you can really see how can I actually retire?
Yeah. And what a lot of people worry about is, retirement planning sounds good. It sounds like something that I could potentially need, but what is the true cost of having a retirement planner and someone who is really going to guide you step by step through all of the hard decisions that need to be made, all of the various, strategies and things that need to be utilized in order to live the most efficient, most full, rich retirement possible? And, my answer to that is, what is the cost of not having that person, right? Any good retirement planner should bring enough value to the table to where cost is just an afterthought. They are actually helping you to save more. Fees only matter in the absence of value. And we say that time and time again. When people get caught up on fees, anybody who manages your money, anybody who gives you any kind of advice is going to charge you a fee. So to have someone who is, doing nothing but retirement planning, someone who is focused, lives, eats, and breathes and sleeps this stuff, to have that person in your corner as opposed to someone who's just really good at giving investment advice, or someone who, is only good in one of these areas. We are good in all of these areas because that's what we spend our time doing. I've spent the last 2.5 decades learning these strategies, learning how to design and structure things to a way to where you have the absolute highest statistical chance to meet your income goals and live the best retirement you can. So why would you not take advantage of that? I truly don't understand the fear there. I mean, honestly, it's the fear is not rational.
Right.
And, what people need to do is understand that, you don't have to make some big commitment on the front end. You can come in, we can sit down, we can share our views with you. We can show you kind of the blueprint for what we would do if you worked with us before you make a big decision. And if you decide that doesn't feel right for you, we'll shake hands and walk away and be friends.
That's right. I think the biggest thing is, Stewart, people don't know what they don't know, right? And a lot of people's say you're getting close to retirement, maybe your only experience with a financial advisor was someone at a bank, right? And you're like, hey, why am I going to pay this guy 1% to invest my money when I can do that? And we hear that all the time, right? That's a fair thought. But what they don't know is all the different levels to retirement income planning, all the things that we talked about. We do estate planning, we do trusts in our office, an attorney-driven process. We do a much higher level of planning that's not in the realm of just investment advice, right? And that's where the fear is. People are like, oh, I don't want to pay somebody when I could just invest in the S&P or something like that, right? So there's so much more to it. And I think, having at least taking a minute, come in and talk, and we can take you through that blueprint process and kind of build out that plan for you and let it just see what it looks like.
Yeah, and I can tell you that having, going through the ClearPath retirement checkup, going through our process where we take a look at the big picture. We really dive deep into, all of the things that are keeping you up at night and the things that are really causing you anxiety as you start to enter into this transition period. And I can tell you, again, giving up your identity, the thing that's made you so you for the last 30, 40 years, and working in that career or that job and dealing with those people on a daily basis, if, making that transition to, all of a sudden I'm waking up and I have nowhere to be and nothing that I have to do today, that's scary.
It is.
And we understand that is a scary process mentally, much less have to worry about the financial side of things.
Yeah.
But, it's so much easier when you have the financial things buttoned up. You have, been through the process. Now you have the confidence of knowing we're going to be okay financially. Then you can just take that off the table and focus purely on the emotional and psychological side of it. If this is something you're going through, if this is something that's been eating at you and you just don't know where you stand, we're here. We're here to help you. We're here to listen. Go to ClearPathRetirement.com. Let us know you want to talk. We'll be right back.